what a play after play after play, and there it is.
And she is taking over. He's got a lot of room to run.
The greatest conference in the country is showing out tonight, gentlemen.
Wow.
Home run.
That's number one on SportsCenter right there.
Daquan Davis in the paint, and he puts it in for a 2-point lead. Your WCAC champions.
And welcome to Washington, D.C., what is usually a great backdrop of Rock Creek Park in the background here at the home of St. John's College High School Cadets, getting ready to take on the Mission Viejo Diablos of Orange County, California. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, we are your hosts. I am Tim Strachan, and to my right, as always, Kevin Ricca. And Kevin, this is going to be a great matchup, which is usually going to be a great matchup in great weather, but I think it's going to be dampened a little bit here today with the rain, the wind, and the conditions that are out here right now.
Yes, well, welcome and appreciate everyone tuning in to the broadcast. First one of the season for us here at First Amendment. Ophelia is upon us, and Ken is not here with us. And there's a little something to be said about the guy who loves this type of weather, because that makes one of us. But we're sorry about the weather here. Like we said, Tropical Storm Ophelia, it's about 58 degrees, 20-mile-an-hour winds, and the rain. It's coming and going, but it's going to be coming a little harder in the next hour. So if you want to throw that thing, get out and do it quickly.
And here we go. We're getting ready to kick it off. Mission Viejo taking it at the 15. He's got a little bit of room. Taken down just before the 25, where the Diablos will get started.
Hakeem Satterwhite in on the tackle. And here come the Diablos. This offense is averaging 39.2 points a game, T-Bird. They're going to come out, spread that thing around. They spread the wealth. They share the ball. Keep an eye on number one, the four-star. He's offered by everyone out west. And Mr. Bell, this young man, is quite the player on the offensive side of the ball.
Philip Bell, 6'2", 190. I don't know how much they're going to be spreading it around in this weather, but we'll find out. 1st and 10. And it's picked off by St. John's, first play of the game. Number 2, Tariq Hayer.
Tariq Hayer is quite the player. He is going to be all over the place. That's the four-star. That's the defensive back. There's about 8 to 9 defensive backs on both sides of the ball going to college for free, T. That's a couple million I'm thinking about. And the $1 million play made on the first play of the game by Tariq Hayer.
Well, the team from California finding out what it's like to play in this weather. First play of the game, Fahey, quarterback, just gets a tip ball, throws it just a little bit behind. And then Hayer right there, Johnny on the spot. Literally Johnny on the spot, Kevin. St. John's 1st and 10 from their from Diablo's 40-35. Riggs to the left, gets into the backfield. Looks like he may have the first down, but there is a flag on the play.
Dejon Riggs, the Oregon commit, he is explosive. He's electric, but you can see his footing out there was a bit unsure that first play.
Yeah.
They're dealing with some serious issues out there. Looks like a penalty on the Cadets is going to take him back.
This is turf, but it has been raining for quite a while, and it's not going to let up. In fact, it's probably going to get a little bit worse before it gets better here today. Something that this team from Mission Viejo is just not used to.
Well, it never rains in Southern California, and I can imagine. And I'm a big fan of the Tony version myself, but these kids know how to play football. These guys are tough. They are well drilled. You know, they've been working with the wet ball for the last 3 days knowing this was coming. We had to talk about it a little bit, but it's time to play ball now both ways.
Holding on St. John's takes them back. It is 1st and 20 from the Mission Viejo 48. Try a little screen. Diablos all over it. Went to Brayon Williams from Isaiah French. St. John's right now going the wrong way, Kevin.
Yeah, excellent job defensively there. But you're going to see these St. John's Cadets, the three-headed running backs. They're going to play all types of positions. You got Dejon Riggs. He'll line up and run it. He'll throw it. He'll line up at slot. Same thing with Brayon Williams. Keep an eye on the versatility of this running back trio for the Cadets.
2nd and extremely long for St. John's. Talk about 22. They lost a couple more on the last play. Hand off to the right. He finds some room. He gets into the backfield again. Riggs showing some strong running here. despite the conditions.
He's a cadet now. He's going to be a Duck. He's going to need to learn how to play in these conditions. But right there, he was a shoestring tackle away from putting 6 on the board.
The Ducks have a big game today against Colorado.
Zachary Foldy making the play there. Young sophomore. Yeah, it's true. Colorado and Oregon getting after it.
3rd and about 6. French play action, goes deep. He's got a man and overthrows him. Jason Woods had a step on the defender.
Well, Jason Woods typically gets a step on the defender. He runs a 10.7 100-yard dash. This guy's a flyer, T.
Faced with a 4th down, what does Pat Ward want to do? He's going to
4th
take
and
a
6.
timeout.
Yeah, we got a timeout on the field.
He's going to think about it. What would you do here, Kev?
It looks like they're not taking that timeout. They're staying on the ball here. It was just a break in action. And now they're going to talk about it.
It looks like Pat Ward is not even going to really even think about it, keeping his offense out on the field. 4th down, about 6. Ball on the 31. Maybe in these conditions a little too far away to try a field goal, a little too close to do the punt. So Pat Ward's the old school kind of coach too.
The back-to-back champion WCAC coach, and he's got more Coach of the Year awards in the last 2 years than he can shake a stick at. Same thing on the other side with Chad Johnson from Mission Viejo. This is a highly skilled game with a bunch of great coaching and a ton of great players out here. Wish the weather would work out a little bit better for these guys, but you know what? Time to play some ball.
Keep an eye on Jaden Williams, defensive end for Mission Viejo, coming off the edge. He almost got a tip ball again, and it falls incomplete, and there'll be a change of downs.
Great stand. Great stand by the Diablos, overcoming that early turnover, and you can see the ball's coming off the quarterback's hands. It's a little bit tough out there, but those tip balls, that's 3 there. One of them was intercepted. There's going to be a bunch of turnovers today. It's just inevitable.
Also, St. John's hurting themselves a little bit with the holding penalty. 2nd down, losing some more yardage, digging themselves a hole. Mission Viejo makes good on a bad opportunity and turns things around here in the first quarter. 1st and 10, Diablos. We're going to see 2 quarterbacks today. Looks like we've got Drayden Trudeau now in for Mission Viejo. Hands it off for about 2.
Both these young quarterbacks, Mission Viejo brings out on the field, have been playing excellent this year. 620 yards for Fahey. Trudeau throwing for about 534. They've combined for 15 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Highly efficient, and you don't get to average 39.2 points a game if you're not getting that type of play from the quarterback position.
2nd and about 9 for Mission Viejo. Man in motion. Trudeau, empty backfield.
Who's got it? They think Preventer has it, and he does.
Looks like it's a second
the senior
turnover.
linebacker.
Over the top. What a great play.
Alex Preventer holding a Charlotte scholarship offer, comes and makes a play here. Watch him just go get this thing, T.
Over the top.
Over the shoulder.
Steals it away from Cash Samanza of Mission Viejo and puts St. John's in another great position with their 2nd turnover of the first quarter.
This defense came ready to play.
1st and 10, St. John's on the 35. Sweep. Jason Woods.
He gets where he's going in a hurry, and Jaden Williams says, I would have gotten there first had I not been held, and I think he might have a point.
Woods picks up about 5, maybe 6 on that play.
And let's say a special thank you to Miss Cindy Williams, who was extremely helpful with us in the pronunciation of these young men's names. We don't want to get it wrong. We're doing our best, and she certainly helped us out of time.
She certainly pointed out number 9 first, though.
Well, and we had him at the top of our list, so it seems like everyone's on the same page. Got a little movement here. No, sideline warning.
Sideline warning.
There's a lot of big guys in that sideline.
There are.
It doesn't seem like there's enough room over there sometimes. And now you'll see what we talked about here. Number 0, Brayon Williams,
2nd and 4.
Split outright with Cinque Blunt. That's 2 running backs out there, and the third inside. So you got 3 running backs that can 2 of them play slot.
Hand off to Griggs to the left. Again, he finds a crease, and he gets him to the backfield again, and he keeps it going, and he's down at about the 6-yard line. What a great run.
You know, very few get to say their first team all WCAC at the running back position, and you're seeing why Dejon Riggs is and will be again this year one of the most explosive athletes in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area.
Well, that's 3 carries for him now where he has gotten to the 2nd level and shows not only his agility inside, but then his speed once he gets outside and gets to that 2nd level.
Very true. He knows what to do on that 2nd level, and out there today it looks like he's going to be an issue.
1st and goal from the 6 for the St. John's Cadets. Knocking on the door for the first time today. Up the middle, Riggs again.
Nice job defensively. Number 18, an excellent player, heading to Air Force, Jack Matranga, the senior. He's got 34 tackles, 7 for a loss. In their opening game, he had 12 tackles. He's a guy whose name we're going to call quite often today.
He made your short list here. Anything on your short list is going to be worth talking about today.
Well, I'm telling you, he earned it. You watch him on tape, and he pops.
2nd and goal from the 6, no gain on the last play. Looks like there's a snap issue. The ball's on the floor. Oh, no, and they're going to call this illegal motion on St. John's before the play even started. St. John's may have dodged a bullet there. That was a bad snap, but they say motion before the snap, and it backs them up 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 11.
Kevin Carey out there doing his best job to keep those balls dry. It's not going to be a fun job today.
That's always an unenviable job.
Well, there's no one better at it than Kev.
2nd and goal from the 11 for St. John's. After the penalty, Isaiah French flanked by 2 running backs in the backfield, 3 wide receivers. Riggs in motion into the diamond formation. I love it. And they hand it off to Riggs to the right side. He's got a crease. And he's taken down again at the 2-yard line.
I mean, this is a veteran senior. He's played in this league 4 years, and you watch the patience he shows. He lets the blocking unfold, and then he hits that extra gear and gets to the edge. Great job out there by number 0, Brayon Williams, doing everything he can to help the team. Excellent blocking right there. That's
tackled by Zach.
Reese Williams doing that as well.
Zach Foldy for Mission Viejo, saving the touchdown, but it is 3rd and goal from the 1 for St. John's. Shotgun, Isaiah French. Next to him, Blunt. And they go to Blunt right up the middle, and he is stopped initially. Can they get him in? And it looks like they do. Finally push him in for touchdown. St. John's College High School.
Cinque Blunt's not the type of back that gets stopped on first contact, and that offensive line doing a great job of not giving up on the play and getting across the goal line. 6-0 Cadets over the Diablos.
St. John's able to take advantage of the 2nd turnover of the quarter and get the first points on the board. Point after attempt here.
Cinque Blunt holding offers from Toledo, Alabama A&M, and Charlotte, and you're going to hear that said about a handful of guys today. Charlotte has offered 18 St. John's Cadets a full scholarship to college.
Nolan Stringer
snuck that one in there, didn't he?
It's tough on a day like this.
Cinque Blunt just creating his own space, and the excellent block there. Nice job by that offensive line. Coach Ward, that makes him, exactly, that makes him very happy.
You're allowed to push now. I refuse to call it the rhyme that everybody keeps calling it.
No, it's
push.
ridiculous. Just play football.
Call it the push.
Just you try and go that way, we'll try and go that way, and let someone else call it something else.
7-0, St. John's. Let's see what Mission Viejo can do to counter this. You don't want to come all the way across the country to not let things get out of control early.
Agreed. But they're just settling in. Listen, they flew out here on Wednesday. It's been horrible weather. They've gotten to see all the sights. It's been very cool watching them enjoy this city. We certainly have a lot of respect for where they're coming from. They're about halfway in between Los Angeles and San Diego, 10 miles from Laguna Beach. Sounds like the kind of place I'd rather be right now, but you know what? Not really. There's great ball going on here, and let's watch it.
Takes it. Gets it down to about the 26, where Mission Viejo will take over.
Mission Viejo really needs to get something going here. They got to get a first down, get things rolling, get into a bit of a rhythm here. St. John's has got the big boys working, and I'm telling you, this weather right now, we keep on harping on it, but within the next hour, it's going to come down sideways. It's going to get windier, and the rain is coming. So you think about that right now, and you don't want to press, but some points and some success offensively.
Diablo's going with a straight rotation. Luke Fahey now under center. They're going to hand it off. And St. John's almost taking the handoff themselves. Let's give that tackle to the whole team, or at least the front four. All four of them almost met him right as he got the ball here.
Well, Marcus Abagu raised his hand, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to him.
Oh, you mean of the infamous Eric Abagu's son. We will protect
Monte
this house.
Whedon in the mix, and you're going to hear that said a ton. Monte Whedon, superstar middle linebacker, heading to the Cincinnati Bearcats, and he's going to be a stud there. But he's still a cadet making plays here on Military Road.
2nd and 12 for the Diablos. Fahey in the shotgun. They're going to go up the middle again and met. Same result. St. John's just tearing it up on the inside right now.
He didn't have to raise his hand this time. I think everyone knows 88 made that play. Wow. Fill up that stat sheet, Mr. Abagu.
Just like his dad.
St. John's is winning the battle of physicality at the line of scrimmage so far in the first 6 or 7 minutes here.
Mission Viejo now going the wrong direction. 3rd and 15. Digging themselves a hole, see if they can get out of this. Fahey. He's going to come up the middle. He's got a man open. Marcus Keir. And they are close to the first down. Are they going to give it to him?
They're going to.
They're going to move him. Yes, first down.
Great play by your sophomore quarterback. Now that sidelines can calm down a little bit. 3rd and 14. Step up. Find the open receiver.
That was a good spot. 1st and 10. See if Fahey can capitalize on a little momentum there. Quarterback draw up the middle. Gets about 5.
He's got 20 rushes on the season for 122 yards. I believe he runs the ball a tad bit more than Drayden Trudeau, and you can see that was a design quarterback draw. So look for that moving forward today. That's something they're going to need, and he looks like the type of athlete that can make plays this way.
Both quarterbacks, though, very similar in their styles. Not like one's more of a true runner than the other, although Fahey showing there his ability to get yards on the ground. Actually, only about 3 on it, so 2nd and about 7. They're going to hand it off again right up the middle.
D'Angelo Bowden is playing serious football. He's been in on 2 different tackles on this drive, and he's out there playing with some passion.
Ball carrier Chase Volaski. Another one on Kevin's short list. One of the better ball carriers for the Diablos. Faced with 3rd and 7 now. And watch this, St. John's front 7 really showing some pressure right now, Kevin.
Yeah, keep an eye on Tariq Heyer. The safety, the playmaker.
Taking some time. Fahey going with a screen to the left.
Monte Whedon sniffed it out. That senior is, he gets 100 tackles every year. He shows up tackling people, and he made a great play there. Number 44, the senior captain.
Fahey goes back to Keir again, but this time not able to get the first down. 4th and 5, and the Diablos going to punt it away. Riggs back deep for St. John's. hear that wind on our microphones. We're out here in the elements ourselves. Punts away. He's going to catch it cleanly, and there's a return. He gets through one tackle, and it looks like he might go all the way, Kevin.
He's going to. You're not catching Dejon Riggs.
To the 5, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, St. John's. Riggs.
Dejon Riggs showing off his arsenal, and I'm telling you, there's no mud out here, but he's a mudder. The way he cuts on this turf, he's so sure. He seems like he's playing with different cleats than everyone else, but you're not catching Dejon in the open field.
I didn't get where he caught it from, but I would say at least about a 60-some yard.
Flag. We got a flag.
Oh, no.
This is going to come back. We got a flag on the ground.
I did not see the laundry on the field.
No, I did not see it either, but it's coming back.
We got a hold against St. John's. And unfortunately for St. John's, those points are coming off the board.
And I think the opportunity to return punts is coming off the board for Dejon for the rest of the day, too. He won't be catching any more in stride, I can assure you of that.
All right, so they're going to take over 1st and 10. Look, the 36-yard line. Their own 36. Isaiah French in shotgun for St. John's. Going to hand it off up the middle. Tough run by Brayon Williams right up the middle.
This sophomore is a freak athlete. You got to see his hands, his speed. He is going to be the back of the future, but right now, the future is now for number 0, and he gets that carry, and you can tell the physicality. He carries tacklers with him.
He got the first down. First and 10 at just about midfield. French hands it off again to Williams. Or no, on to Blunt. And this time, Mission Viejo in the backfield.
Jack Matrenga again getting his defense fired up. You can see the type of passion he plays with. Heading to the Air Force, and he'll be a factor for them for the next 5 years.
Good-looking athlete.
Yeah.
They got good bookends with Williams and Matrenga.
And Logan Lynch in on the action right there, number 15, the junior.
2nd and 11 for St. John's. French again to Riggs up the middle, and Mission Viejo again. Looks like it may have been for 1. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
And it's the first time we get to say the name Jonathan Asuncion, the top returning tackler with 95 last year, leading the team with 43 tackles this year, another 10 tackles for loss and 3.5 sacks. This kid's a baller, T.
Well, you don't come across the country like this if you don't have a squad that you're confident in. Chad Johnson, the coach for Mission Viejo, 19 years coaching in the profession. 12 of those 19 years he spent in the playoffs in some sort of championship, including a national championship. He took over the helm here in 2018 for a very, very storied program in the Mission Viejo Diablos. So this is a huge test for St. John's.
And it is, and I know someone near and dear to me, my
cousin. You're related.
My first cousin, Patrick O'Neill, played for Coach Bob Johnson for the Mission Viejo Diablos, and I'm very happy to get back in touch with him. He's out on the West Coast. I got to check up with him this week. How about that connection, T? We're calling this game. His father grew up in your neighborhood. They moved out west and found a great place in Mission Viejo, and he had a great career out there. And playing for Coach Bob Johnson, he was a part of a 41-game win streak his entire career there. It's still a California state record. He was a Defensive Player of the Year and an all-first-team, all-county guy, and I thought it was real cool that we would have the ability to communicate this week and talk about our teams, because I played here at St. John's for my dad, and you understand family and football, and there's nothing more important.
Especially
and the combination, and yours as well. So, but I'm super proud. Patrick O'Neill, my Uncle George, he was the president of the Booster Club out there, making sure Coach Bob Johnson got his Coke and hot dog right before kickoff, before every game. That was a little pregame ritual, and very proud to be able to brag about my cousin here on air, and we're back on the action here.
3rd and 10 to start the second quarter. St. John's, Isaiah French calling out the orders, looking at the sidelines.
3rd and 10.
They're going to go to the air. He's going to air it out. Going for Riggs down the sidelines, and again, just out of reach.
Excellent coverage. It was, and I think Isaiah made sure that ball was just thrown where no one was going to get it. Trying to sneak Dejan out there at wideout. I told you, his versatility is nuts. Where do you see him throw the ball? That's going to happen at some point. Well, maybe not today. But he can do it, and he throws a beautiful, today. Beautiful ball.
Again, Trayvon Tolmere. Tolmere was on the defense for the Diablos. And St. John's, Pat Ward's going to go for it on 4th and 10 here.
Wow.
I think conditions playing a big, huge factor in this
unless Isaiah punts this thing.
And his reliance on his defense.
Here we go. He's stepping back. He's going to punt it.
It's going to be a pooch punt.
There you go. I like it.
Leave it to a lineman. Come up with that idea, and they're going to get it right at the 1.
Oh!
And he did not stop it in time. It's going to be a touchback.
That thing is slippery. Jason Woods, he gave everything he had.
Almost worked out to perfection for St. John's.
Great punt, Isaiah. Nice job there, Mr. French, on that. You could tell they weren't going for that at midfield. When he took 2 steps back, it was.
Did Pat Ward get that from the Ricca playbook, the pooch punt?
Listen, we our playbook doesn't have any punts in it, so possibly.
Pat Ward played for your father, John Ricca, here in the early 90s. You played with Pat Ward.
Absolutely.
I played against Pat Ward for the DeMatha Stags.
I think it would be safe to say we all love him, and the football community around here is super tight.
Oh, there's a nicer person.
Look at Mission Viejo jumping on it.
1st and 10 for Mission Viejo, hurrying things up. They go for the sweep, and St. John's right there.
Number 12, Tyreek Powell. He's a freshman. And he's a dude. He's going to get a ton of snaps, and there's a couple freshmen on this roster that are going to be factors, not in the future, right now.
Well, he did his job. He stayed home. He's an alley player right there. He stayed home and kept that sweep from getting outside. 2nd and 10 for Mission Viejo, and it is Drayden Trudeau at the helm right now. And they go up the middle. That's Valowski.
And Tariq Boney, the sophomore, he started 8 games last year as a freshman, got some valuable experience. He has gotten offers across the board from all over the place. Tariq Boney is a guy, West Virginia, Maryland, East Carolina, Boston College, Charlotte, and South Florida. Like I said, 18 cadets offered by Biff Poggi down at Charlotte. He just came up and said, just give me 18 names.
3rd and 7 for Trudeau in the Diablos. They're going to air it out. Trudeau's flushed out, ball on the ground. He recovers again.
Nice job recovering that. That would have been devastating. Hopefully he's all right.
He's down. He does look like he's hurt. He wants to get up. It's just a flesh wound. No, maybe not. He's got a limp. They're going to have to come off anyway.
Oh, wow. What effort there. That was a huge play. Reaching out and knocking the ball out. Hakeem Satterwhite, the sophomore defensive back, coming off the edge, getting the left hand on that ball, slapping it away from Jack Trudeau. Looks like the Diablos recovered.
You got Reese Williams back for St. John's.
You Cadets fans remember his older brother Sean, who's now a Terp, taking his talents to College Park. And Reese trying to follow in Big Brother's footsteps, and Coach Ward said he's been doing a heck of a job doing just that.
I don't know why you wouldn't put Riggs back, who took the last punt all the way to house, although the hold brought it back. But St. John's, usually not short on talent, is going to put Reese back there this time.
And you got that right. They're going to have a bit of a rotation and let people take turns running punts back. And they got a lot of guys that are extremely capable. But I'm hearing you. Dejan Riggs just house called one. You think he might want another try.
Diablo is just not able to get anything going offensively, and you gotta believe it's the conditions right now. This is just not something they're used to. As your cousin had said, he played what?
Yes.
Little League.
Yeah.
Junior high, high school, college, all out there, and never played in the rain.
Rain was not a factor.
Never played in the rain. So
no.
That's a huge factor. Got to be in the Diablos' game plan right now. Punts away.
It's a great snap right there.
Reese Williams catches it at the 34. He's got a little bit of room, although Mission VA is going to wrap him up.
That's great football right there. The punt coverage, Mission Viejo Diablos down there maintaining their lanes and making a great play. Two St. John's cadets in bad position, raising their hands, not making that illegal block in the back and taking the team the wrong way.
St. John's going to take over at the 36, and now here comes the rain even harder.
These are two.
It's going to get worse.
Yeah, it is, but it's not going to change the fact that these are two of the most extremely well-coached high school football teams in the nation, and there's a ton of connections. We'll get into them as the game proceeds, but there's a lot of guys from Mission Viejo that find themselves having professional careers out here on the East Coast.
St. John's up the middle. Riggs bounces at the outside, gets nowhere. Mission Viejo now defensively, Kevin, tightening things up in this and stopping the run.
Yeah, they set the edge right there the way that you're taught how, and that's what happens. That's a rush for no gain. It's a battle out there, man.
The Jack Montrega's side. Jaden Williams on the other side, number 9. And this defense for Mission Viejo is tightening things up. Again, diamond formation, 2nd down and 10 for St. John's. French going to roll out, looking downfield. He's going to keep it himself, and he gets out of bounds after about 4. Smart decision.
Yeah, the Diablos are tightening up on defense here, and they were letting him run. They said, Isaiah, go ahead and take that thing. And, he went and got a couple yards there, but he is more of a pocket passer, big, strong-armed kid with some accuracy. But one of the most beloved kids in the program. He is the most well-respected leader. Coach Ward was effusive in his praise for him.
They're only going to give him 3, so it's going to be 3rd down and 7 for St. John's. Mission Viejo has an opportunity to get this ball back.
This is where you got to keep an eye on Jaden Williams. San Diego State and Sacramento State have offered. He's got 2 other brothers playing big-time ball.
Standing up right in front of you. He goes deep to Reese, and it went right through his hands. What a great pass. What a great adjustment. You just couldn't bring it down. I think on a beautiful day, that one's caught.
Yeah, that's he gave his best effort there. Excellent coverage.
Pat Ward not even thinking about punting now.
Oh, I think they're going to get in that same formation. You're going to see the same exact thing. Mission Viejo has to play this honestly.
Now here comes the wind, the rain. There goes Kevin's roster.
Thank you. Got the assist there from a Cadet fan.
4th down and 7.
Wow, here it comes. Oh, my Lord.
They're not going to get a fade off in this wind that just picked
I told
up.
You, they're going to do the same thing. Why not?
Punt. Nice
great
punt,
man.
Again. Gets a St. John's bounce, and they're going to get it inside right at the 5-yard line. What a great play.
So there's a guy in town named Tress Way who does that with regularity for the Commanders, and Isaiah French doing his best Tress Way imitation. And as we're talking about our Commanders, I'll get into it. Rob Johnson, the son of legendary coach Bob Johnson. Jordan Palmer, little brother of Carson. They're both former Mission Viejo, and along with Mark Sanchez, all former Mission Viejo guys, players and a coach that came out here and played quarterback for our Skins at one time. And I thought it was really cool that there's so many different connections coast to coast. Football has gone global, and no one knows that more than Mission Viejo. 2,300 miles out here to play the Cadets this week. Next week, I'm not even going to pronounce it. Kamehameha from Honolulu is flying 2,500 miles to play them.
1st and 10, Mission Viejo from the 5. It's going to be Trudeau. Oh, no, this is going to be Fahey up the middle on the quarterback keeper.
In what world in high school football in back-to-back weeks are your opponents almost 5,000 miles apart?
That's amazing.
It's amazing. There's got to be some type of record.
Fahey able to pick up probably about 4. Looks like 2nd and 6. Able to give himself a little bit of room to work here, but the rain now really starting to come down. Fahey in the shotgun. They're going to hand it off up front.
Monte Whedon is just a dog. He is a dude.
That's going to be Volowski again.
Reef Lancaster did not like the extraness, and you got to understand that lineman. You want him acting like that. You don't want your guys getting pushed around, but Monte Whedon, he doesn't seem flustered.
Well, it seems like Whedon's been doing that for 4 or 5 years now. He's been around for so long making those kind of plays.
He looks his senior year he looks like a college middle linebacker, and that's what he is.
3rd and 6 for Fahey and the Diablos. They got 4 wide to the right. It's going to be tough conditions to throw this ball.
It's getting brutal.
They got 1 split out left.
Yeah, your quad's
Empty
right
backfield.
here and empty.
Fahey is going to go to the left. He's got a man. Is that? I think that's Winslow Garnier. And they got the first down.
Well, I love that. You go to your one-on-one backside. You know you got man coverage. Let Winslow work on that cornerback. Protect up front. Spread everyone else right. Excellent coaching. First down, Diablos.
Fahey again to the left. Goes right back to him on the wide receiver screen. That's probably their most productive play of the day right there.
And he's a big physical wide receiver. It's almost like an extended handoff out there. Let him get yards after the catch and get positive yards.
Well, with the way that St. John's defense up front has been getting in the backfield, getting the ball out of your hands, getting into some playmakers on the outsides, a good idea. 2nd and 5. Fahey again. Just outside the reach of Marcus Keir.
I'm shocked how accurate he's been in the last 5 minutes. The wind's ramped up about 10 miles an hour, and the rain is coming down with a steady stream.
You know what it's like. We both played in weather like this. You got to get used to it after a while, and you start getting a little bit more comfortable with it. Looks like Fahey's starting to get into a rhythm.
I think he is. He's acclimating himself.
3rd and 5 for the Diablos. Fahey again gets rid of it quick. To Keir again. Tackle by Hakeem Satterwhite.
Here we go.
You go first down for Fahey again.
Complete pass. We've got a penalty. Some laundry on the ground after the action.
Sorry, we're getting rained on. We had to move the equipment a little bit. We're having some technical difficulties. The rain is causing our broadcast some problems. Hopefully you can hear us now. We are a little bit waterlogged underneath our location here.
It looks like a personal foul has been called against the Diablos after the whistle.
It's going to be 3rd and extremely long.
First down, first down and 20.
Long.
Spot foul
Got an
after the
umbrella
whistle.
in my way. I don't know what the delay is here. Trying to keep the ball. Oh, they're going to walk it off now. Here we go.
Looks like first down and 25.
Fahey and Wlowski in the backfield. It'll be Wlowski. Looks like the ball popped out. And it's going to be a scoop and score for St. John's. Oh.
What just happened? Shamar McIntosh, the senior defensive back, finding the ball on the ground, having the awareness to scoop it, take it to the end zone.
Oh my goodness! In the wind and the rain, Wlowski gets to the outside.
Monte Whedon on the slide by, slaps the ball out of Wlowski's hands. A great play by the senior. Shamar McIntosh, another senior with the presence of mind. He's played some offense in his time here at St. John's, but he's been on the defensive ball predominantly in the last year or two. He feels great about getting 6, and that ball was blocked. The St. John's defense has had an amazing first half. I mean, they have been all over the place. That's 3 turnovers. They've gotten their 3rd one right there. Senior on senior in the backfield. And off the edge. What are you talking about? No, it was no good. It was blocked.
Sorry, we have got
Some technical difficulties.
all kinds of things happening behind scenes here with this weather. Trying to keep equipment dry, play sheets dry, rosters dry.
None of it's
phones
working.
Dry, nothing's happening.
Nothing's working,
But this is what football is all about right here. This is why you love the game when you're young. Weather like this.
this is what it's all about.
Oh, this is great.
You got a quadriplegic and a mental patient
Yeah,
barely fitting
exactly.
under a tent. And they let us talk to all these
Doing
people.
the best we can with what we've got.
I'm just glad this tent fits our head, Steve. I'm glad we upgraded to the 12 by 12. It's gross out here. I know we
I'd
keep.
say speak for yourself, but in this case, you're right. You're speaking facts. St. John's up 13-0. 5:33 left in the second quarter. Mission Viejo now needs an opportunity to get some points on the board. They can't let this get out of hand. But this weather just is relentless, and it is starting to come down even worse. Wind's picking up. It's hard to gain some momentum in a situation like this. And it's off. It's going to be. He drops it, and he looks like he gets a hold of it, though. Tolmer, it's tough. When you're not used to this kind of weather, it's tough holding on to that ball. It just drops, and he actually gets on it.
I like this concept they ran in that last drive, T, before the penalties ensued. They were
quick,
putting 3 to 4 to one side, working on the backside and man-to-man coverage.
Nothing's working between tackles right now for Mission Viejo offensively. They're trying to get the ball outside, loosen that defense for St. John's up. It's going to be Fahey again to the outside.
Nice job. Positive yards on first down.
It's Eli Reyes out of the backfield for a gain of a few. There's an umbrella in my way. Looks like second and about 8.
You know, T, I haven't gotten to say my favorite name in high school football this year yet.
They haven't been able to get it to him yet.
No, I haven't heard from Heinz Ward, Lilo Maeva.
But they will.
How about that? I love that name.
It's
Obviously,
not a guy that you don't want to have production.
Of course.
Second and 8. Fahey in the shotgun. Empty backfield again. Goes across the middle. And does he reel it in? Is it a catch?
I think he did. Devontae Curtis.
He stuck with it. And it is going to be a gain of about 6 or 7. It's going to be 3rd and 1, a long one for the Diablos. Do they go empty backfield again?
I believe so.
They're going to keep Reyes in the backfield with Fahey.
Curtis.
I'm sorry, Curtis. Fahey calling out instructions. Oh, and they got movement.
Don't do it to him, T. You're going to do it to him? Call the lineman's name for the first time on a penalty. You go first. I got some good stuff.
Mark.
The dude's a stud. Mark Schroller, man.
Schroller.
See, and he was offered by everyone. He's a 4-star. He's going to UCLA. Wish we could have gotten that part out first, but listen, it's part of the deal.
Well, when you're that big and you move before everybody else, you're going to get called out.
Well,
It goes with the territory.
It does, but he's a heck of a football player.
He is a heck of a football player. He feels bad. He's going to make up for it here. 3rd and now 7 for the Diablos, putting themselves in a little bit of a hole. And this rain is just coming down now. They go in motion. Fahey going deep. Oh, miscommunication.
Yep. I really like the way he throws it. He stepped up. He's been impressive today.
He was looking for his favorite target, Winslow Garnier.
Well, Phillip Bell hasn't touched it yet, and Phillip Bell is the type of guy you got to get the ball in his hands. Alabama, USC, you name a school, he could go there, and projected to go to USC. To give some perspective on this conference, Caleb Williams that you guys have been watching out there on the West Coast is maybe the best player that's ever come out of this conference, and him and Oli Frashano might go 1-2 next year in the draft. Well, they were 3-year starters in this conference. They did not have a winning record. If that shows you a little bit about the ball we play around here, because, like I said, Caleb might be the best ever, but he's got to get rid of this.
He's got to get it out, and he does punt it instead of kicking it out of the end zone. And it might be a negative punt.
No, it went to about the 12. I think you want to just take that one and keep on running out of the back of the end zone, or else get rid of one down the field. But you know what? It's just impossible because I'm not out there doing it.
As you can see, it is 13-0 St. John's, not 7-0. We're having some technical difficulties. Some of our equipment is wet.
I hope
so we're working on that.
Hopefully they're even listening to us at this point.
Who wouldn't listen to this train wreck of a broadcast?
I know Ken Marangolo's smiling out there somewhere.
St. John's taking over first and goal. Or no, it's going to be they can get 10. They can get a first down. It's only 11. Riggs to the outside, cuts it up, taken down.
Nice job helping him up. Bobby Luongo with a point of attack, a nice block there. Dejan said, I zigged when I should have zagged. I like that one. Let's run it again, Coach.
I believe that was Logan Lynch, although I'm not exactly sure on the tackle. St. John's 2nd and 8 from the 10. French hands it off to Blunt. Looks like he got a couple.
Good job both ways. Get the
3rd and about 5.
Get to say Travis Anderson's name coming in on the stop there. Travis Anderson, a senior. He was a first-team all-league guy last year, going to Boise State. 3.6 GPA, led the conference with 9 picks last year, and he's a stud on the baseball diamond. This is the type of stuff we love to know. These multi-sport kids making me smile out here, T.
I love it. 3rd and 5 now. St. John's can pick up a first down on the 1.
And keep an eye on number 2 at the top of your screen. Dejan Lee Jr. is a 5-star. Dejan Lee Jr. is the number 1 player in the state of California. 6'4", 190 cornerback. He's got all the tools. Coach Prime reached out to make sure he knew he was offered this week. This guy's got all of it. You're going to be hearing that name said over and over for the next maybe decade or so. So it is 13-0, as we said.
It is 13-0. We'll get that changed.
That 7 just staring right at us right now, isn't it?
Keegan Tier on the lookout. Once again, here we are at St. John's College High School here in Washington, D.C., as the St. John's Cadets take on the Mission Viejo Diablos.
What a cool nickname. Just want to keep saying it. Cadets versus the Diablos.
St. John's knocking on the door. 3rd down, 5 from the 6.
I'm going to tell you this is 100% 4-down territory. There's no more kicking it out.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's the sweep.
The speedster gets to the edge. Jason Woods wants to be known as a football guy, not a track guy, and I think he just took a big step forward under that realm. 10.7 in the 100. You see it right here. He gets to the edge quick, fast, and in a hurry. Great blocking up front.
Great block by Williams.
Cinque Blunt working hard to set that edge.
St. John's taking advantage of the 3rd turnover of the first half for Mission Viejo. Just having trouble holding on to that ball.
Well, I said Bobby Luongo, so let me go ahead and say Kenneth McManus with 7 offers. Jordan Harrison with 7 offers. And Adrian Hamilton up front. These guys are large and in charge and doing work today. They love this type of weather. We got a 2-point conversion attempt. The shovel pass, Antoine faking the handoff, shovel to the slot on a little trap block scenario. Great 2-point play, 21-0 Cadets.
And this is just a nightmare scenario right now for Mission Viejo. They come all across the country to, have a great matchup, and this weather, just something they're not used to. 3 turnovers in the first half, Kevin. That's the story so far. They've got to figure out a way to overcome this. We got to figure out a way to overcome this. We've got a tent, and we're getting soaked.
We're not doing a great job overcoming adversity right now, T, although we are still here. As you can hear the howling of the wind.
That wind picks up every once in a while. Thank you. We got people holding umbrellas for us. Annie got me coffee. I mean, people are so nice.
Very nice.
We're all in this together right now.
Of course. And we're trying to be gracious hosts. And
here we go.
We can only apologize for Mother Nature so much.
And that goes out of the end zone. Touchback.
All right, so this 224 is going to be super important for the Diablos. You've got to get first downs at a minimum. You cannot go 3 and out here this deep in your territory, the way this defense is playing. Look at Brad Ripito overcoming adversity out there, holding that first down marker. No Scooter today. He's doing great. That's fantastic to hear. Great news, Brad. Stay dry out there.
1st and 10 from the 20 for the Diablos. It'll be Fahey again. It looks like Trudeau is still dinged up. They were going with a rotation. Trudeau had gotten banged up on his last outing. Here's Fahey up the middle.
Wow. St. John's is getting penetration into that backfield.
Yeah, Diablo's having a really hard time in between the tackles today. That was Devontae Curtis on the carry. Seems like so far when Mission Viejo decides to go with the quick passing game, which is really difficult in these conditions, is the only time they've been moving the ball. I have a feeling they may be going to that here.
And D'Angelo Bolden
quickly
has definitely been very difficult to handle in most situations today. He's been all over the field making plays for the Cadets D.
2nd and 10. Fahey on the fake. He's going to get out of there. He rolls out. Got a guy open for a first down.
Great play by the sophomore quarterback.
Samanza on the catch. What a great play by Fahey.
Yeah, bought himself some time, rolling left in the rain. Not an easy throw, making a play for his team. They desperately needed it.
Running for his life from Tariq Boney. It is 1st and 10. From the 41, or the 30, I'm sorry, the 39. Fahey going deep. Just not able to connect.
Did some laundry drop? That did.
It's going for Marcus Keir.
I mean, they collided. I don't know that.
That ball was not catchable, but they're going to call it. Pass interference against St. John's. It's a sloppy day all around.
Yeah, it's.
Timeout, St. John's with 1:28.
Well, this would be something. If Mission Viejo can keep pressing forward with 1:28 left and get some points on the board, they do have 3 timeouts left. I don't think anyone's going to be kicking field goals today, although, to be fair, Michael Salgado Medina might be one of the best special teams players in the country. He's a top 5 punter. He's going to go to the Polynesian Bowl, and he's going on a full ride to Arizona as a kicker and a punter. That's a big deal. So I'll take that back. Maybe you do put your superstar out there and try and get some points on the board. We'll see.
He would have the wind, if there was any, at that time, behind his back. It is blowing left to right as you look at your screen. But they want more than that. Mission Viejo needs more than that. After the halftime, St. John's will get the ball to start the second half.
Very true.
It is extremely important for them to try to get some points on the board here. And I agree with you. I think it's going to be 4th down territory. No offense
And Luke Fahey, showing some
to the
skill.
kicker, but
right. But I'm with you. Luke Fahey with the Cincinnati offer, showing why on this drive. He's got some poise back there. I love the way the ball comes out of his hand. Bob Johnson, the former coach from 1999 for 18 years, he founded the Elite 11 quarterback scenario. There's going to be some good quarterback play happening.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 46. Fahey drops back. He's got pressure. Oh, he gets crushed as that ball came out. I think his hand was going forward. They're going to call it incomplete pass.
He hung in there, knowing darn well he was about to take that lick, and he waited till the last second to make sure he got the ball. I love the courage he shows here. I mean, a full head of steam.
Bowden. Oh, look at that hit.
And he pops right up, man. I like the way this kid balls, man.
2nd and 10 from the 46. Fahey, tough competitor, hanging in there, seeing what he can do here. St. John's dropping in a zone. Fahey to the outside. He's got his favorite receiver again.
It's a great throw. Akeem Satterwhite went for the pick. That ball was put where the defense couldn't reach it.
Keir showing strong hands on that catch. Moves the sticks again. Diablo's got something working here finally, right before the end of the half. Fahey's got them on the move. 1st and 10 from 31. Fahey going back to Keir, and it goes right through his hands. He had him open. Again, conditions playing a huge factor in today's game.
It's true. That ball, he's got a bit of an arm there. He had some juice on that ball, and that thing got through those hands.
He catches that in Southern California, without a doubt.
Agreed.
But it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Diablos.
He's standing in the pocket there. They're running a delayed blitz scheme with D'Angelo Bowden. He's got about a 10-yard head start coming in hot. And Fahey's just stepping up and making throws.
Fahey steps up, runs it himself, runs out of bounds. Stops the clock. No gain on the play. But he's got some poise, this young man, Fahey. He's showing some poise. When a quarterback plays like that, takes hits like that, it makes your teammates step it up a little bit.
Agreed.
If he's gonna take that punishment, I've got to come through for him. And the Diablos now 3rd and 11. He did lose 1 yard. Empty backfield. They've converted a number of these tough 3rd downs today. Fahey hangs in there. He gets rid of the ball, and it's almost picked off.
Tariq Heyer. He wanted that. He sure did. He thought he had some real estate right in front of him. Listen, he's got offers from Notre Dame, Wisconsin, Penn State, Ole Miss, about 20 others. I'm just gonna stop right then and there. I think you get the idea. This kid can play football. Love watching him. Love the physicality.
Slow motion replay is waterlogged. Fourth down and 11. Fahey drops the ball. He picks it up. He looks for somebody. He's got a man. And it is a first down by Mission Viejo. Fahey drops the snap. We'll get it for you in just a second. Vance Spafford on the reception for Mission Viejo.
So Vance,
how about that?
I was about to say his name. We haven't gotten to say it yet. The sophomore with the Michigan State offer last week versus Los Alamitos in a triple overtime win. 9 receptions, 181 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 299 yards of total offense. This guy knows how to get it done, and that's the first time he's got his hands on the ball, and they're getting a little something out of it.
You want to talk about overcoming some adversity. Fahey drops the snap. It was a little short. He picks it up, steps up in the pocket, was going to run it, and then he finds Vance out in the outside, and they get the first down and move the sticks. 41 seconds left. This is great clock management. Best drive of the day for the Diablos.
This drive has been all Fahey, man. He is making things happen out there. 41 seconds, 2 timeouts left for the Diablos.
Curtis in the backfield with Fahey right now. 1st and 10. Looks like from the
I think it's the 17 out there.
17. Yeah, that's a 17. First trip to the red zone for the Diablos today.
They're adjusting the clock as we speak, as you can see on the screen.
45 seconds. The play clocks have been off, so we cannot give you the play clock time. Here we go. Fahey rolls right, looking downfield. He's going to keep it himself. Picks up about 4 or 5 and gets out of bounds again, stopping the clock. Smart football.
It's backyard football, man. That's just back there making plays, ball in hand, doing good for your team, and making the smart play. He plays poised. He plays like a veteran for the sophomore.
Fahey directing traffic. Second. He got way more. 2nd and 1. Goes and it's going to be picked off. Oh, he's gone.
Shamar McIntosh, he wants a couple on the day. Put him in, Coach.
He tried to go.
He jumped
Curtis on the outside, coming out for like his check down.
There are no flags on the field.
And McIntosh sniffed it out, saw it coming, and just sneaks in between and takes it for about 90.
That's Shamar's zone down there. He scored in the same end zone, same exact spot. He crossed over the goal line twice in the first half. I don't know what he ate for breakfast, but I suggest he does it again next week. That was a big-time football play right there. And devastating result for the Diablos after that amazing
Let's see
drive.
Where he catches this. Fahey just trying to make a play for the Diablos today.
He never saw him at all. That's called film work. That's coaching. That's study. And that's a senior right there making a plays when the team needs it.
I think it's about an 88-yarder. Pick 6 for McIntosh. That is a dagger for this Mission Viejo team in the first half.
They had so much momentum created on that drive, but, he went to the sidearm, Fahey, just to get over it because that blitz has been coming hot. It's been bearing down on him. I don't think he had the vision to see Shamar. And you get caught up in that red zone. There's not a lot of space. St. John's was playing loose in that zone the entire drive. And then you're jumping out.
But to Fahey's credit also goes to the St. John's defensive backfield. He had nowhere to go with that ball. That was his final option.
Yep.
And unfortunately for him, McIntosh was kind of lurking in that zone and able to make a jump on that ball. St. John still has the point after attempt.
I mean, Coach Ward and the St. John's defense have to be thinking that they're having quite the half here. That's 2 touchdowns. And this Mission Viejo team coming into this game averaging 39.2 points per game. They're not playing clowns out there. They're playing Long Beach Poly, Los Alamitos. These are historically tremendous football programs. St. John's defense might have found something this week.
Nah, but they just don't. They don't ever see these conditions.
Very true.
It's just
we rarely see this in September.
Well, this is an exceptional storm. It's got a name.
Ophelia.
When you get a name.
Well, let me ask you, what does Ophelia mean to you? What was your British lit situation like at DeMatha? Do you know who Ophelia is?
Why are you going to go there?
Because I just have a question.
We're talking football today.
All right.
Not literature.
You didn't think there was going to be British lit today? Come on, man. Ophelia. Hamlet, bro. Billy Shakespeare, Hamlet.
I feel you.
St. John's going for 2. Brayon Williams bounces it. We got a holding call. It's coming back on the edge. Ophelia was dating Hamlet. Hamlet said, Ophelia's dad said, don't date Hamlet. Got killed. She climbs on a branch, falls into the creek. End of story. Billy Shakespeare. There's your cliff notes for the day. I'm finished.
Okay, good.
I'm finished. It's raining out here. I'm going nuts. What do you want me to do? Maybe you should have done your homework about 30 years ago.
I thought you were going to break out and like Ophelia.
Yeah, well, don't get up to wash your face. That's what I know about that scenario. And shout out to Doc Nyan, British Lit, still rocking the British Lit here at St. John's College High School, and that's why I'm talking about it, T-Bird.
Still brown-nosing 30 years later. St. John's backed up on this 2-point try.
And they're going for 2.
Isaiah French in the shotgun. Blunt to his left. He's going to be flushed out. He's got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
It's going to be a failed attempt.
Nice sportsmanship there, both sides of the ball. That's what you like to see out there. Jaden Williams picking up Isaiah French, tapping each other on the helmet. When you play in a program like this, you have nothing but respect for your opponent, and that was shown. That's evident.
It was Jack Montrenga again for the Diablos, putting the pressure on French.
Yeah, we love when the guys, and we get a lot of Service Academy kids around this area, and listen to him talk about Air Force. Mission Viejo does a really cool thing, T. They have an Armed Forces game. They had it last week. The one time of the season the Mission Viejo kids put a name on the back of their jerseys is that night. They put the back of their jerseys a former veteran and an active Armed Force serviceman right now who they would like to honor. And I think that is just such a tremendous thing. I think everyone should do it. I told Coach Ward, he said, wow. So that's super classy. Love hearing about that. I think that should spread that scenario. Nice job, Coach Johnson. That's a big-time thing, and I think it might. I think it got some attention from the coaches in this area. Man, coaches are always stealing from each other. Why not steal the good stuff?
There must have been another penalty on Mission Viejo. St. John's is kicking this off from the 50. Maybe a dead ball personal foul on somebody.
Gavin Kennelly, the senior, with the big old club on his hand out there, getting ready to kick off from the 50.
He certainly was happy about the last kick that went through the end zone. He's going to most likely put this one through.
I think you got to kneel on this and get out.
I think you got to regroup if you're Mission Viejo. It's not lost. It's not over. There's a second half to play.
Of
course. One
course.
team can do it in the first half, the other team can do it in the second. That's what I always say in these scenarios. They just got to figure out how to deal with the elements. I think first and foremost, hold on to this football.
Maintain possession.
Four turnovers in the first half. That's hard to overcome. That's hard to overcome on a nice day, especially a day like this.
And impossible on the road against a defense like this, 2,300 miles from home.
First and 10 on the 20. Fahey looks like they are going to try to run something here.
Yeah, I like that. You know what? There you go. Run the ball. Let it go down. Are they going to call timeout?
I believe that was Spafford again on the jet sweep.
There's another penalty, T. We got holding on the offense. That's why there was a stoppage.
Well, they're not going to come this far and give up. They're going to put out a great effort in the second half. St. John's got to be ready. And that will be halftime.
That'll do it.
And that'll be it for us to take a little break here at halftime. We will be back momentarily. Cadets 27, Diablo 0.
Mics are on now. They're on now.
And welcome back to Washington, D.C., home of the St. John's College High School Cadets, taking on the Mission Viejo of Orange County, California. Lopsided affair so far, Kevin, 27-0, but it's always sunny in California. These guys, I think we were talking during the break here how different this game would be if the conditions weren't so, but the conditions have wreaked havoc, have caused, I think, all four turnovers by Mission Viejo in the first half, which has been the tail of the tape, and why St. John's is leading 27-0 right now.
St. John's seniors on defense are playing like St. John's seniors on defense, and that's how you win back-to-back WCAC titles. In last year's playoff scenario, I think that gave up 17 total points in 2 games. Monte Whedon has been at the heart of this attack for his entire career here. How about Shamar McIntosh? He's got 2 touchdowns. He's got to be looking at Dejan and saying, "I got 2, man. You only got 1." I've been playing safety.
I mean, if we could pan out a little bit, you could see the rain coming down, the wind that's whipping, the sheets of rain that are here. Yeah, see, look, we're getting a little widened out here. These conditions are unbelievable. Something that the St. John's Cadets are a little bit more familiar with probably than the Diablos. We have to deal with this every once in a while, but again, once a storm gets a name, Ophelia, it's going to wreak havoc on the region, and that's been a big part of today's story. St. John's is going to get the ball here to start the second half, much to the chagrin of Chad Johnson and the Diablos. They've got to figure out a way to get this ball back quick and get some points on the board if they feel like they're going to try to make a game of it at least.
It's a whole new half. Anything can happen out here like we just saw in that first half. So they got to come out there and bring that defense. They've got some guys that, they didn't fly across the country like we said without some dudes. And they got plenty of them. They need some of these dudes to step up and start making plays for them. Bit by bit, you can't get 27 points back in one drive. Get out there, run your offense, let this sophomore quarterback who started to excel a little bit on that final drive heat up a little bit and start getting the ball to your playmakers in space and see what happens.
Well, the defense is going to be big for Mission Viejo, trying to set the standard for the second half, because I don't think Mission Viejo can do everything they want to do offensively because of the conditions, but they're going to have to figure out how to get that ball in the hands of their playmakers. But here we go. St. John's going to start it off. It's going to go out of the end zone. They're going to start 1st and 10 on the 20.
There you go. You got Michael Salgado Medina showing a bit of his talents and why he's going to college for free at the University of Arizona.
One thing is evident, whether this was good weather or bad weather, St. John's is winning the battle right now in the trenches and really making it difficult for Mission Viejo. Controlling the line of scrimmage both offensively and defensively, that's got to change.
And this is their identity. You're right. This is St. John's identity. They're beefy up front, and that defensive line has gotten after it for years, and you're seeing it on both sides today.
There you go, Isaiah French, flanked by Riggs. 4 wide receivers. Riggs up the middle. He finds a seam, gets
what
the second half. He's going to be gone on the first play of the second half. Dejan Riggs, touchdown, St. John's. First play.
The St. John's offensive line came out of halftime ready to rock and roll. When Dejan Riggs catches a seam, it's 6.
80 yards. We were looking at those highlights during halftime, just how smooth Riggs is with the ball. Here he is. He's got patience. He sees that hole, and then from there it's just jets. He puts on a great move.
Ian Ellis at the point of attack with the block that freed up Dejan. He doesn't need much room, but Ian gave him plenty, and that's how you get 33 on the board.
Not the way you want to start for Mission Viejo. My mouth is starting to get cold.
Man. Well, listen, this is – and the Mission Viejo Diablo fans are familiar with Pac-12 football. This is a guy, Dejan Riggs, that's going to go out there and be an immediate help to that Oregon Duck offense. At slot, wide out, running back, whatever they need, he can do it.
French keeps it. He's going to be taken down, but he gets it off, and it's going to be dropped in the end zone.
There's a lot of moving parts there.
Sort of indicative of the way things have been going today, just given the weather. And they fall short on the two-point conversion. It would have been 35-0, and that would have had a running clock. But now, 2 points shy, it's still going to stay regular clock management. Mm, 33-0. That is that's got to be daunting for this Diablo team.
It's tough, man. You fly out here on Wednesday, you go and see the sights of Washington, D.C., and you and I know what that means. Mall legs, we call it. You go out there and start walking to see the monuments, and next thing you know, you're half asleep, man. It's exhausting, and it's a lot of jet lag. And we're not making excuses. This is what it is. And you show up when you're from one of the most beautiful parts of the country that has maybe the best climate in North America to deal with some of this. It builds character, I'll tell you that, and that's why they're out here, to get better.
Short kick. Diablos just cover it up. Spafford.
St. John's and Mission Viejo don't play these games for rankings in September. They play this game right here against each other for the postseason.
Yeah.
To understand the type of talent they're going up against, and this is why these national schedules exist. People want to see the best, and to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's overshadowed by this weather. I feel bad for these Diablo kids coming this far and having to deal with this. But it is what it is, and it's 1st and 10. Fahey going outside of Spafford. He's got a little bit of room. Blockers.
Yep, get the ball to your playmakers. Nice job. Positive yards on first down.
That wasn't Spafford. That was Cash Samanza.
The junior with 11 receptions, 143 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the season.
Cash cashed in on that one for a couple yards. Second at about 8 or 9. Fahey again fakes it, goes back outside. Looks like it's
Roman Richardson sniffing it out.
Garnier again. One of his favorite targets on the day, him and Kier. And it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Look at big number 99, Ray Urkella. If I told you he was a freshman, would you think I was lying? Because I'm not.
Third and 6. Fahey in the shotgun. Stand in the pocket. Delivers it. What a great play by St. John's. Oh, they're going to call a flag. I don't know about that. That was an excellent
I thought it was textbook.
PBU.
Roman Richardson.
But he may have pulled that right arm as he crossed over.
We'll see.
It was a little early.
He got the left hand on the ball. I thought he came over the shoulder without too much contact. We'll find out. That's close.
He may have pulled him with the backhand. St. John's bails Mission Viejo out. Huge penalty. 1st and 10 from the 40. Maybe the 41. And they go up the middle. They got a good push that time.
Chase Velosky got about 250 yards rushing on the season, a couple touchdowns, caught a few passes out of the backfield. The senior.
2nd and 4 for the Diablos. Fahey getting chased, flushed out to the left, sets up. He's got a guy. He's got Kier, and then he's caught at the 5-10 touchdown. Mission Viejo.
Luke Fahey making plays.
That's what they're used to
Marcus
doing.
Kier.
And they finally get on the board.
Marcus
getting flushed out here. It's just your scramble drill.
Eyes
Short guys
downfield.
deep guys short. Kier gets it. Hauls it in. What a great catch, too.
Yeah, the sophomore. You can tell he's going to have a big future. His 3rd touchdown reception on the season. Those two will link up for many, many more of those in the next 3 years.
Well, and that just gives you the feeling, hey, guys, we can do this. We can make plays. Once you feel it, once you do it once, hopefully get opportunities to do it again.
You feel terrible for Drayden Trudeau trying to recover the ball for his team, getting injured in that first half. Didn't look, he a little ginger coming off at halftime, but, you're learning a lot about Luke Fahey on this Mission Viejo Diablos sideline, and I think what you're seeing right now, you're really enjoying. He looks all of it. Eyes downfield as a sophomore, rolling left to be able to swivel those hips and put that ball on the money in this climate is fantastic. Excellent play.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have an official word on Trudeau, but he was helped off across the field during halftime. I'm not able to put any pressure on it. I think he's done for the day. It's going to be Fahey for the rest of the way.
Well, we hope he's all right.
They're going to go for 2 here. No, they're going to kick it. Fahey, the holder. Michael Salgado puts it through. The Diablos have 7, 33-7. They finally get on the board.
Yeah, well, when you're averaging almost 40, it's just inevitable. But those are 2 sophomores here on the opposite side of the country there that, they're not ready to take the helmet off. It's still the third quarter, and like we said, now that defensive line is going to have to step it up right now because you're about to get a heavy dose of the 3-headed. They call them thunder, lightning, and thunder, and it's what's about to happen.
They couldn't come up with a third one.
Well, it just sounds cool, man.
It does.
Thunder, lightning, and thunder. You can take it up with Coach Ward. I'll let you guys hash that one out. I was just on the sidelines for it.
We'll figure it out. We usually do.
He did threaten to sack you at a round table
He did.
during one of our podcasts. Yes,
recently.
I thought he was coming over the table.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen a lot today, but haven't seen a former O lineman sack a man in a wheelchair.
Look
I'd like
at that leg.
to see that one. There's a reason why he's going to school free. We said it.
I mean, he's got a little wind behind him, but that landed 3 yards outside of the end zone. Wow. 1st and 10 from the 20. Isaiah French and crew is going to come out. As you said, I think we're going to get a heavy dose of running game here. Pat, knowing the former lineman that he is, wants to ground this out, get that clock running.
Yeah, it's Cinque Blunt time as you see Brayon and Dejan are on the sidelines for this snap. So you see number 5 here. I believe he'll be receiving the handoff on first down.
French in the shotgun, Blunt to his left. 3 wide receivers, 4 with an H-back. And they go with Blunt up the middle. Nice hole, gets to the second level.
He is a load.
Taken down by 2 guys from Mission Viejo in the defensive backfield.
Alabama A&M has offered Toledo and Charlotte the senior running back wearing number 5.
1st and 10 from the 31. Once again, Blunt taken down by Logan Lynch.
There you go. Put a foot in the ground, go get 4 yards, put one cut, get north-south, lower the shoulder.
That was the definition of a jump cut.
No
if
doubt.
There wasn't one. And if you got nothing, put your head down, get what you can. 2nd and 8 now for the Cadets. Blunt in there, Brayon Williams in there as well. And this time it'll be Williams. No, it's on the fake. French throws it underneath the Blunt. Nice little play there. Mission Viejo all over it. That looked like Jaden Williams on the stop. Once again, thank you to his mom, Cindy, for giving us the official roster, which we did not have minutes before kickoff.
Well, I had an unofficial here, but the rain has rendered it useless. My ink pen.
We're having issues.
Yeah, that's what happens.
But we're making it. 3rd and about 4. This will be a huge stop for the Diablos if they can get it. Bobbled snap. Brayon Williams bounces it outside, taken down at the line of scrimmage. Great stop, but this is maybe a 4-down territory. Pat Ward has done 2 pooch kicks. Let's see what he decides to do here. Offense is staying on, so it's either going to be a pooch kick or they're going to try and go for it.
Oh, it's that pooch. They're going to keep him in that look. They're not going to put anyone back, and it's just fine. When you got speed at the wide receiver position that the Cadets have, coverage is not going to be an issue on these pooch kicks.
Oh,
that
bad
would be.
Snap. And he's going to have to – he tries to get it off. He does, but it is short. That is going to be about a 25-yard punt by Isaiah. That's going to really bring down his average today. That's
it is
tough.
It is. But Jason Williams was trying to help him get to 26 by blowing it with his hand, like waving at it. I don't know if that technique works, but
maybe a break for Mission Viejo, getting pretty good, decent field position here. 1st and 10 from looks like about the 42-yard line. See if they can't build off the momentum from the last scoring drive.
Mark Schroller is an impressive-looking young prospect at 6'6", 300 on the right tackle spot.
Up the middle, look at this. Mission Viejo getting the best run of the day. That's Curtis.
Yes,
right
it
up
was.
the middle. Great job by the Mission Viejo offensive
And here's
line.
the pace. Here's what we're talking about. Now you can get into your offense. Go at your pace. Get moving quickly. They got set up, little no-huddle action.
Fahey, 1st and 10. Gives it again. This time, St. John's all over it.
Oh, man, he's a dude. I'm telling you, Marcus Obagu is just the athleticism and the physicality off the edge, making the play in the backfield for the Cadets.
We mentioned him earlier. Eric Obagu's dad. If you don't, the first Under Armour commercials, "We will protect this house," that was his dad, the Beast.
And his body, there's the dummy at Dick's when you see the Under Armour.
That is it.
That's him.
That is the mold. 2nd and 11. Fahey going deep.
The Archbishop Stepanak product, Eric Obagu, Westchester County, New York. It's nice to see his sons wearing the scarlet and gray on the sidelines and on the field for the Cadets.
Well, Eric played with Kevin Plank at the University of Maryland, where I had the pleasure of covering them as the play-by-play and classmate and teammate. I was a student assistant coach with them. Great to see that friendship last. 3rd and 11 for the Diablos. Fahey going with a hard count. May have gotten them. They're going to call it. Offsides. That was a veteran move by the sophomore quarterback.
Yep.
So now it'll be about 3rd and 6. Much more manageable down. The referee is calling for a break. Needs to talk to someone. Maybe he needs a towel.
I don't know what the situation is, but we got a conversation.
Maybe telling them to back up again.
He's looking at the scoreboard now.
All right, he's got it under control.
All right.
Here we go.
Glad somebody does.
3rd and 6 still. Fahey trying to figure things out from the sidelines. He's got 4 wide out, 2 each side. Flanked by, I believe, Curtis. Fahey got a little bit of time. He's getting flushed out. He's still looking downfield. Lets it go. Had a man, and it is incomplete. Spafford couldn't reel it in.
Big down here.
Here's a decision I think you got to give yourself a chance. Got to go for it.
Oh, you got to go for it. Here you go. They got their offense on the field. Going to see if the young sophomore can create some action again here. You know, he got outside of Tariq Boney's contain there with a little sweet footwork there in the back, and he throws the ball on the run very well too, man. He's
Boney's been chasing him down all day. Number 7 for St. John's.
That's not the guy you want chasing you around all that often. He is he is a stud.
4th down, 6. Fahey rolls out. He's got a man just out of reach.
I'm telling you, Rob Stewart,
Hell
number
of an
19. Rob Stewart, excellent coverage. The senior coach was talking about him this week. Says Roman Richardson and Rob Stewart, keep an eye on those guys. They're really, really progressing well. They're getting it. These seniors have been stepping up, and he gets the chance to show it right there.
Just out of reach.
Step for step.
What a great effort by Cash Samanza. Not able to reel it in. And it's a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, St. John's. From their own 47, 48. You got Brayon Williams in the backfield.
Little tight bunch formation.
Bunch formation with
There's some confusion.
3
St. John's said,
wideouts.
let's just settle it down and get right. Let's get on the same page.
Kai Connolly, one of them. Timeout, St. John's. Try to figure it out.
Man. You know, I bet you these guys had to go out and buy some ponchos somewhere. I don't think anyone was ready for this because that sideline over there, they got it done.
Well, hopefully a majority of the Mission Viejo faithful is listening to us. Hopefully probably sitting in really nice weather right now. Maybe on their porches.
Sounds great.
I wish I was there.
I'll take a blanket and a couch.
I wouldn't mind it.
But this is cool. I love these intercoastal matchups. We get to follow these guys in their college careers, and we all hit each other up, and we say, hey, man, DJ Lee is starting for blah, blah, blah tonight at 7:30. And it's
I got so excited when I saw Restrepo, a young man that we had covered, who came into town playing for Miami. It's just fun to see these kids and watch them go on. 1st and 10, St. John's. Isaiah French, flanked by Brayon Williams in the backfield. They're going to hand it to him. He's got to redirect. He's got some room, gets outside.
Man, he is a whole lot to try and tackle.
Logan Lynch slips off. He gets another 5 or 6. Did he get the first down?
And
maybe a yard short.
As we're talking about these programs and we're talking about watching college football on Saturday nights, there's dozens,
first down.
Dozens of Diablos playing this weekend, dozens of Cadets on TV playing this weekend. They've got multiple dudes in the NFL, so do we. This is ridiculous. And by the way, Coach Chad Johnson was here in 2017 on the other sidelines as an assistant coach for the St. John's Bosco team that came out here. And DJ Ugalele was a sophomore who came off the bench. We'll get to it after this play.
1st and 10 for St. John's, right at the 50. This time Blunt up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, gets down into the secondary, and gets another first down for the St. John's Cadets.
So Chad Johnson is the offensive coordinator. Pat Ward is the O-line coach of St. John's. They've been on this exact field on opposite sidelines within the last 6 years. Ray-Al Mitchell was on QB1 then, and we came out here and watched them put Ray-Al Mitchell on the bench. The week we watched and found out his parents were American Gladiators, they bring in DJ Ugalele. It's 17-14. He leads the team down the field, and the legend of DJ Ugalele, we couldn't wait to watch him. He was offered by Clemson and Alabama, and he wasn't even a starter. But he finished that game on this field and beat St. John's 21-17. One of the best games I've seen out here.
DJ Ugalele had left formerly from Clemson, now with the Oregon State Beavers.
Doing work.
Yeah, he's showing out. Brayon Williams, nothing going there. No gain. Flag at the end. Looks like it's going to be a personal foul maybe on St. John's. Yep. A little bit extra at the end of the whistle. It's going to back up St. John's 15 yards.
This is right now. This is a personal foul on Ophelia. This is getting ridiculous.
Second and forever.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I can't even count that much. I didn't know there was going to be math today.
If you need to use my fingers, use them, but the toes are done. They're all stuck together. I can't get to those.
Waterlogged.
Yeah.
Let's just say 2nd and 20 plus. French hands it off to Williams. He gets initially hit.
Oh, boy.
He's got his steam.
Oh,
gets
boy.
upfield, puts his head
boy.
down, and he drops the ball.
He did.
He dropped the ball,
he was,
and it might have gone out of bounds.
He was so mad at everyone.
There was a lot going on there.
Both tacklers, the sidelines, the football.
Here it is again.
Look at his
bad
fist.
snap.
What a cut.
He gets hit by Jaden Williams right off the bat. Can't hold on. And then look at his seam. And then he's just stumbling, bumbling. But then the ball pops out right there, and it went out of bounds.
Well, it's 3rd and 5. That's what we've gotten to after all that.
After all that, it is 3rd and 5.
Brown Williams is a sophomore. He played significant snaps last year as a freshman. He's the future of this offense. He's going to be a guy that they build around, and you can see why. He is a bull in a china closet. Never does one guy bring him down, and he's a pile mover.
French on the
you
rollout.
got Woods.
And he had 2 guys in the same area, usually not a good sign, and he overthrows both. On 3rd and 5, it is 4th down. That personal foul penalty really hurting St. John's on this drive, forcing this 4th down now. Mission Viejo has a chance to get the ball back. I think if you're Pat Ward, you keep this one on the ground.
4th and
You've shown
4th
you can
and 5.
Move, you're averaging over 5 yards a carry right now. I'd say Braylon Edwards might be getting this. Nope. And French has the ball slip out of his hands, and he has to fall on it, and that's it. Turnover on downs. They tried to go with an RPO.
And it was there. They had the man in the seam, and it would have been 6, I think. But that ball,
again, Ophelia
it's just what it
wins
is.
Again. Nature is undefeated so far today.
I think it was Jason Woods, but someone was streaking down the middle, and the linebackers had frozen for a step on that. When you run the ball, like you said, for 5 yards a carry, you have to read run first. You cannot get into your pass set until you're sure.
1st and 10
the
for
Brayon
the Diablos.
doesn't have it.
They go up the middle with Vlasky, and he gets stopped after about 2.
Man, Monte Whedon and Obagu again.
Second and 8 for the Diablos now. Fahey starting to feel some rhythm, getting a little bit of success.
Another freshman on the field for the Cadets, Joel Tillery, playing some linebacker, number 21. George Master was getting some snaps in that second quarter a lot. Didn't see Provencher out there. He's been nursing a bit of an ankle.
Fahey steps up. He's got room. He's going to take it, and he's going to slide down right at about the 46, 47 in St. John's territory.
Great awareness. Watch him yo-yo in and out of this pocket, causing confusion. He's got a great feel back there.
He does. Very calm. 1st and 10 here. Oh. St. John's able to get back before they call it. He gets the signal from the sidelines. St. John's showing a little bit of pressure here. And they're coming. They hand it to Vlasky up front, right up the middle. And they get about 6 or 7.
You got to love the way Vlasky's got 2 hands on that ball inside. There is no reason not to today, and he's running hard out there.
And that was more of a delayed running back handoff. They kind of using St. John's pressure against them, let that tide get by. 2nd and 3. Once again, Fahey looks to the sidelines. Vlasky again. And he does look like he's got the 1st down.
Tariq Boney flying out of nowhere. He's so athletic. We've talked about him back in the day at St. John's as an 8th grader, putting 35 points on a good council freshman basketball team. He's a defensive end. You think about what type of athlete he is.
It's always scary seeing Julius Peppers on a basketball court.
Yes.
Fahey under center. Play action. They're looking to go deep. He gets, Whedon almost has him. He throws it
I don't know that,
away.
that you can't.
Whedon almost had him. They went with a straight up.
They tried to take a shot there.
They
St.
did.
John, great
They
coverage. It was covered perfectly, and he escaped to the left and got rid of it. Nice job. Don't make anything negative. It wasn't there. Let's move on and play another down.
But St. John's just able to really bring a lot of pressure. If it's not just the front four, they're bringing it on the edge. They're bringing it up the middle. Right now, it looks like they're laying off. Kozlowski to the right. Great run. Got the first down on 2nd and 10.
Yep, they went with a three-man front. Mission Viejo decided to run that thing. Excellent job by the O-line. Big Schroller. That's a dude. That's two great football players going at it. Schroller got the better of Boney on that play, and the result in a first down.
1st and 10 from the 25. Mission Viejo has something working here. Bobbled snap. Fahey has to fall on it. He's about to go to Curtis, I think.
That might do it for the quarter.
That is.
And it should.
Yeah.
Unless Mission wants to get on there and snap one here in the next 20 seconds, and it looks like they're
going to take their time.
Yeah.
Well,
No, they're going to get one off here.
Clock.
All right. Why not?
They're going to get one more snap in. Maybe they're going to try and draw them off sides. Nope, they go. Curtis up the middle. They get a few of those back. It's going to be 3rd and 10 to start off the third quarter. But it doesn't seem like Mission Viejo has been very daunted by 3rd and long. They've actually had, we don't have the stats in front of us, but they've had some success on 3rd and long, been able to extend drives.
And extend plays in that scenario is what Fahey has done.
You're going to have an opportunity here in a minute. Fourth quarter, 33-7, St. John's Cadets on top. Been the beneficiary of some turnovers. That would be 4 in the first half that they really capitalized. Built a huge lead off of. Mission Viejo trying to cut that down here as the fourth quarter is about to get underway.
And if you came to this game today and you're still here, you are one heck of a fan.
Yep.
Cadets faithful, Diablos faithful. I know you guys took the trip. I hope everyone enjoyed Washington, D.C. from out west. It was beautiful this week while they were visiting the sites, which was fantastic. They got to see some of that. It is. It's a very powerful trip down to D.C. It's the impact these kids got taking a trip like this. They'll never forget it. It won't be about this rainy day on the football field more so than the team bonding, the stuff that happened with the parents that came, and how teams become a team. And we always talked about rooting for them in the playoffs this year, watching this team go out and do what they do. This is a young football team. Both sides of the ball, both teams here have some youth. So be interesting to see how these guys progress.
3rd and 10. Fahey, once again, getting flushed out, has to get rid of it.
Nice hands by the official.
What a great catch by the referee.
2 feet out of bounds, right where they were supposed to be. Textbook.
Hands.
He's smiling. He knows it.
He didn't let it get into his body.
He didn't. And look at him.
He snagged it in this weather. Wow.
He said, I told Fahey I was wide open on the last drive, but he wasn't listening. And guess what? It worked.
4th and 10. And we're going to see Salgado get a chance to put one through the uprights here. It'll officially be a 42-yarder. 42-yard attempt. He's going to put that block down, which you're allowed to do in high school. And he'll be able to use that next level.
.42 yards. This is going to be an impressive feat he knocks this through here.
It's into the wind.
It is.
The wind coming in from left to right on your screen, right in Salgado's face. It's going to take some leg to get it there.
They got it. I think there's a minor clock issue. And if you're enjoying this game today and what you're hearing, what you're seeing, please hit the like button, subscribe to First Amendment Sports. We appreciate all your efforts. We appreciate you joining us today, and we're happy that most of you are a lot drier and more comfortable than we are.
Is that Ken giving you a text on the station identification?
It was. It was completely that. You nailed it.
Here it is, Salgado, 42-yard attempt. It's up, clean kick. He's got distance, and it is good.
He's good, man. He's
wow.
That was impressive. Yes, it was. It was.
So the Diablos get on the board again, 33-10.
What a fantastic weapon to have offensively. And the way he kicked that on a nice day, he's going to have plenty of leg. He's going to kick some bombs, man.
So the Diablos not going away, fight until the end. It's a 3-score game if you have a couple of 2-point conversions. But Mission Viejo has a huge task of stopping the St. John's team that has been, for the most part today, successful in just about everything they've wanted to do.
Well, I imagine this is going to go out of that end zone here. St. John's needs to put together a little drive here. Get back to the rhythm that they found early.
That's going to go in the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for St. John's. 11:49, a lot of time still on the clock.
And you see Dejan Riggs staying out there. He had a little rest in that last series, but I think you're going to see a heavy dose of number 3 on this drive.
He has been the most successful ball carrier for the Cadets today. Every time he gets the ball, it seems like he finds that second level, if not more. Isaiah French directing traffic. And it is Riggs to the left. Chased down from behind.
Big number 44, Damian Koblenz, senior, 5'10", 230 pounds. He's got 29 tackles on the year, 8 for a loss. He had 8 tackles last week against Los Alamitos. He's got an offer from Puget Sound. Back in the day, Bobby Beathard made a draft pick out of Puget Sound in the 80s, I believe. And if you know the answer to that question, you're as sick as I am. Cool
80s.
Place to play ball. Bobby Beathard was always pulling those dudes out in the West. He was a West Coast guy.
Is he a lineman?
He was not. He was a speedster, and that's all I'll give you. Mike Oliphant. Good luck out there.
I wasn't going to pull that one.
No, I didn't think you were, but that's why I had
good
to.
trivia.
That's you hear Puget Sound football, and you're a local fan.
It's going to be 3rd and 10. Mission Viejo forcing a difficult 3rd down conversion here for the Cadets. Trying to get that ball back and make this game even more respectable. St. John's kind of slowing down on offense here.
And you know, if you're Isaiah French here, you're looking forward. You're looking forward to this. Yeah,
they're going to have to take a timeout. Well, this is big. This is real big for Mission Viejo. If they can get a stop here and get more points on the board, we're talking about maybe this being a little bit more of a ball game than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you know it. And the assistant coach back there is digging the DJ right now, and I'm not going to argue with him. This has been cool. This last series, though, Isaiah French, he rolled out right. He had two guys kind of went to the same spot, you said. He threw it over there and made the safe call. 3rd and 10 here. He's been handing it off a lot. He's got to be chomping at the bit to make a play for his team. The big, strong-arm junior. A huge hand in last year's WCAC championship. In the semifinal game against Good Counsel, he came out of the gates just throwing lasers, and that first half took the lead, and St. John's held on for a 14-10 victory. Some consider an upset, but that was his coming out party. The young sophomore last year. It was the best he played, and he looked fantastic doing it.
Here we go, 3rd and 10. Sweet, the reverse pass. Riggs is going to throw it, and Mission Viejo is going to get the interception. Who is that? 31. Zach Feldy. Another big play by Zach today.
Second interception on the season for the young sophomore. And I told you Dejan could throw it, but that wasn't what I was talking about. He was rolling right on the move.
That's asking a lot for a running back in a weather like this. Essentially, it's a punt, maybe a short punt. Mission Viejo with the best field position of the day to start off. Let's see if they go with a change of transition here and try to take a shot. Fahey wants to. He's getting flushed out, and he has to throw it away.
St. John's bringing heat on first down, flushing Fahey out of the pocket.
Well, I think he was trying to isolate Garnier on the left side, maybe taking a shot, and he wisely has to get flushed out and throw that ball away. 2nd and 10 for the Diablos. He just does not have a whole lot of time to throw. He's more successful when he's able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Here he is, gets the ball out to Curtis. I don't know if he caught that.
No, he did not. The pressure caused that to be a little bit hot, a little high, and it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Diablos.
Voloski in the backfield. 4 wide, 2 split evenly. Fahey goes across the middle, and it's low, and Garnier just not able to pull it in.
Good coverage by George Mastel right in the spot. St. John's played coverage there. They didn't heat it up on 3rd down, and now you got 4th and 10.
That would have helped if they had been able to catch it. Would have been a much more manageable 4th down. Fahey lets it go. A little high, and it's going to be intercepted. Rob Stewart.
A big block, and he's going to take it to the house. The 3rd touchdown. He's
going to take it to the house.
The St. John's defense gets the turkey. 3 touchdowns defensively. About 170 yards of interception return on top of it. Rob Stewart, we said he's been playing ball. He's been looking good during practice, and this is what you do.
Here it is again. Fahey.
Where do you see this block?
Trying to hit the seam here. Just gets it to, and then Stewart does the rest from there. Oh, that is tough. 5th turnover of the day for the Diablos. 4th interception. That's going to be really hard for Mission Viejo to overcome.
Well, we talked about the defensive backs on both sides of the ball. Mission Viejo feels like they might have the best secondary that they've ever had, maybe. And St. John's has 5 kids with scholarship offers, and they've proven it today. We didn't think they'd get to, but they did. They sure did.
Both of these teams have backfields that will be playing predominantly on Saturdays next year all over the country. St. John's going for 2. Blunt up the middle.
Great play. the senior, man, this kid he is a football player. Jack Matranga, I'm telling you, man, he's filling up the stat sheet out there. He's playing hard. He isn't quitting. Love seeing a guy playing with that type of passion.
The academy guys, they don't quit.
No, they don't, but typically St. K. Blent doesn't get tackled by one man, and those are two good football players out there getting it done.
So Mission Viejo goes back to the drawing board. Gets another shot offensively here.
Well, St. John's has 3 offensive touchdowns and 3 defensive touchdowns. That doesn't happen very often, but all seniors on the defensive side doing work. Shamar McIntosh. And, man, Rob Stewart. I didn't see who it was, but he's going to owe someone a Coke because there's a block out there on that pick six.
More than a Coke.
it was a path
that
clearing
might be some pizza,
block. There you go.
Well, some French fries.
Yeah.
I had to go to my sheet, which is completely waterlogged at this point, to find Rob's name, and by the time I looked up, he was already on the 10. Lots of highlights for the Cadets today. .9:31 left. Spafford has a crease, gets upfield. Oh, takes a hard hit.
Nice tackle by Amir Wallace-Jones, and I got to talk about him for a minute, T. 1 year ago, not even a year, it'll be a year next week, Amir Wallace-Jones got rolled up on. He broke his leg. He had a calf scenario. He's had all kinds of issues. In 1 year, this kid's been rehabbing. And Coach Ward talks about him so glowingly. He didn't say he was one of his favorite, but he didn't have to. You understood. He's one of the team's favorite, one of the funniest guys on the team, a guy that would do anything for his teammates, driving around everywhere. When he was injured, he's been so supportful. Great job on special teams. He'll be back. By the end of the year, he'll be himself. And Coach Ward can't wait to get Amir Wallace-Jones back to where he was a year ago. The kid's a stud.
And Diablos punch back with Curtis up the right side for 8.
Tariq Boney covering all kinds of real estate to make the play on the backside.
2nd and 2. They go right back to Curtis. He gets the first down and more. He gets up into the secondary and almost able to break one.
Yeah, he showed some burst there on that cut.
He wants to show Thunder, Lightning, and Thunder that he's got a little bit of all of that himself.
Watching him follow the block, he had his hand, he had the jersey of his teammate running through the line of scrimmage, leading him up through that hole, and then he put a foot in the ground and bursted. That's big time. That's what you're supposed to do, especially when you got a big boy like that moving you through the line.
Mission Viejo not done on the day. They are playing all the way to the end. They're not even paying attention to the scoreboard right now.
And that was big number 78 offensive lineman Dax Chrisman Gorley, the 6'6", 275-pound, 3-star offensive tackle. That is why you want to follow a guy like that.
Big boys there, dude.
I love the big boys, man. There's no football if there's no big boys.
That's true. This is a big boys game. The rain has stopped for the moment, or at least just a little bit of a spit. See if Mission Viejo and Fahey goes to the air here. They don't. They go to Curtis again on the right side, and he gets another 7.
D'Angelo Bowden racking up the tackles. Put another one in the column for number 8.
Maybe 6. 2nd down and 4 now for the Diablos. They got a little something going here, Kevin.
Yeah, they're going at their pace here also. They're just comfortable running the ball for 10 yards, as they should be.
Velosky now in the backfield, giving Curtis a break. Fahey tries to go to Keir again and just high. Not able to bring it down. 3rd and 4.
Yeah, when you got a live arm, you tend to miss high, and on a day like this, it's understandable.
Walowski remains in the backfield. Kieran Spafford to the left. Jack Baldy, the H-back, as well. And they go to Walowski up the middle, and he's following blockers. He bounces off, gets extra effort, and gets the first down. Mission Viejo on the move. Look at this. I love how he just kind of hides back there and then scoots out. Great vision, great patience.
Big Dax is an athlete, man. He's getting up and through that hole.
Fahey on 1st and 10, keeps it himself, gets outside, and then dives forward for a couple. You almost forget that Fahey himself has pretty good wheels. He's had a couple good runs. That was his first one in a while.
Second and 9.
They go to Walowski again, short side of the field, and he's got some room. He finds it. Nice run. He's going to be close to the first down. It looks like he's got it.
He's got great feet, man. Look at the burst. He gets through that hole.
Just, where was this in the first half? They've got, they're really finding some, and it's not like St. John's. They still got their starters in there.
Monte Whedon with another tackle.
This time Curtis doesn't get much, maybe one or two.
Joel Tillery meeting Curtis in the hole, the freshman, number 21.
Hats off to this Mission Viejo front line. That offensive line is starting to get a little bit of push, evening out that battle on the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 8. Fahey in the shotgun. Curtis again up the middle. Scoots out to the right side, is able to find a little bit of hole.
I think Heinz Ward Lalo Maeva has to be hurt, T. We were looking forward to saying the name, but we also know he's a very good player for them. He's been their leading rusher, and I know without him that hurt. 63 rushes for 405 yards, 5 touchdowns. Hope you're all right, Heinz Ward. Hope you're doing well, and good luck the rest of the season.
3rd and 3. Curtis again. He gets the first down in some more. He's fighting it down towards the goal line. Looks like he's taken down at about the 1 or 2.
Fighting is the correct word there. He's running the ball
That's tough.
Extremely hard in this fourth quarter. Taking advantage of the opportunities provided to him out here in Washington, D.C. Next man up, T-Bird.
Who's going to get this? Fahey under center. They give it to the up back, and it looks like he is going to be in for the touchdown. Mission Viejo putting another touchdown on the board. I did not see who got that ball. It was not Curtis. It was not Walowski, I don't think. We can get another replay of that real quick.
Number 34.
Just called him out. It is Jack Baldy with the touchdown.
There you go, Jack
Viejo.
Baldy. And appreciate his family helping out a little bit pregame as well. Mrs. Baldy.
Delgado puts it through. 39-16. St. John's Cadets over the Mission Viejo Diablos. You just got to imagine what it would be like without this weather, without 5 turnovers. I mean, at least 3 of those turnovers were weather assisted, in my opinion.
rain has let up, but now the wind's picking up a little bit.
Got some leaves falling. This is really a beautiful backdrop on most days. Still is. Got some leaves turning. These were your old stomping grounds.
Well, no one loves watching football with that backdrop when the leaves change more than I do. Now that's Rock Creek Park, one of the most gorgeous aspects of Washington, D.C. The tradition is tremendous.
Salgado will kick this one most likely through the trees.
Nope, he went with a little, he chipped it up there.
Find a little dead spot.
And there's a fumble, T. Ball is on the ground.
Toss it up.
The referee says
like St. John's is going to keep it.
Yeah.
Whew. That would have been fortunate for the Diablos, but 5:02 left to go. St. John's again going to probably keep it on the ground here, try to get that clock running. Riggs in the game. Reese Williams in the game. First and 10. French gives it to Riggs on the right side. That hole collapses quickly.
Looks like we've got a couple substitutions.
Gain of 1.
On the defensive side of the ball for Mission Viejo. Not wholesale, just a couple guys coming in to check in here. We got, looks like a new linebacker there, T. Number 40 checking into the game.
That would be Jonathan Asuncion.
Sorry, that's Jonathan. He's been one of their best players for years. I'm looking at 25 there.
2nd and 9. Again, Riggs has nowhere to go, and he runs out of bounds. Mission Viejo really tightening things up, making it difficult.
Yeah, I think Coach is going to say, hey, Dejan, let's not run out of bounds here with 4:15 to go.
See that clock?
Yeah, it should be your friend
Keep
right
it running.
now. Yes.
4:15. Mission Viejo not done. They're not settled. They want more. They can get a stop here. 3rd and 9. Long 9. French.
Woods.
And does he get the first down?
He definitely got the first, but
he did.
But then he went out of bounds, but we'll see. Set that ball, set the chains, and then get it moving.
He's got some speed. He captures, look at that, captures this corner.
10.7 in the 100-yard. I mean, that's blurry speed.
That's fast.
That's a big first down now.
First and 10 from about the 15 or the 25. French to Brayon Williams. Ooh. Extra there.
When he gets the ball in his hands, there are tremendous collisions.
I would say he runs the ball violently. He punishes as much as he gets punished for running backs. He's the kind of running back you don't like to take down.
No, there's no tiptoeing. There's just going to be.
He remains in the backfield. French under center. Taking a look at the play clock. Milking it all the way down to 2-3 seconds before he snaps. Braylon Edwards gets a nice little hole.
Brayon Williams.
What did I say?
Braylon Edwards.
I'm
it's
sorry.
all right. It's late in the game.
man, that's an old one. That's an old one.
Your fantasy football, your past fantasy football history is coming back to haunt you.
Rayon Williams.
Yes. Oh.
But he's also got he's got good feet at the at the end there too. It's not all power.
You got to see him catch the football. It's a little bit like Baby Bus. That big guys, bruisers, he has incredible hands, and they usually utilize those hands. And I think moving forward, you're going to see a ton of it.
You got Blunt back deep. Williams set off to the right. It'll be Blunt up the middle. Again, reaching that second level quickly. The offensive line still doing a great job for St. John's.
They are.
Up some big holes.
This is St. John's football. This is what they want to do. This is the name of the game. The game plan would be to run this clock, let this offensive line take over, and this is a big moment for these guys. Let's run this clock out the way that the old Hogs used to when we were following the Skins back in the 80s with Joe Gibbs winning Super Bowls. And
I know why you want that clock to run. You've got your 12 youth games still.
Yeah, my
scheduled to go.
13U guys are chomping at the bit. No, it's
you got more football to go.
I can't wait.
1st and 10, St. John's. Blunt, I believe,
almost
got caught in the backfield and was able to second effort get some more. Oh no, that was Williams. Doing his best Braylon Edwards imitation.
And Jack Matranga finds himself at the bottom of another pile, racking up the tackle statistics.
.15 on the play clock. French will take this all the way down to a couple seconds left.
Hey, look out there, number 23, Tyler Fay checking in for the Cadets, the Woods Academy graduate, and I don't know if he made a great choice here.
Ball's on the ground. Bad snap. Williams able to jump on it. Go ahead.
I had the good fortune to be able to train Tyler over the pandemic. He decided he wanted to play some football, and, when we were having spatial awareness, this young man 4 years ago, he's now a senior, came out and worked extremely hard, not just to play the game, but to learn the game. And it's incredible for me to see number 23 out there right now. If you knew where he was 4 years ago to where he's worked himself into right now, that is a tremendous success story. I'm very proud of you, Dylan. Great job, bud. Tyler, my bad. I got all flustered. And his little brother, Dylan, a fantastic soccer player, also a St. John's cadet. But watching Tyler Fay out there, it shows that if you dedicate yourself to this amazing sport, that you can get out there on that sidelines. And I'm telling you, I'm so proud of you. Way to be, Tyler.
St. John's gets to kneel it down and close this thing out, 39-17. Hats off to the Mission Viejo kids, though. A tough sled. First half really just didn't go the way that they wanted it to. Turnovers. Tail of the tape, separated them too much, couldn't come back, but they fought to the end. Great to see them come out here, have a wonderful trip. The game didn't end up the way they wanted it to, but
well, good luck for the rest of the way.
Good luck the rest of the way, that's right. We'll be pulling for you. You're part of our family now. And the St. John's Cadets of the WCAC on top. I think that'll wrap it up for us, Kev.
Yes, thank you all for hanging in there with us and joining us on this lovely football Saturday.
On behalf of First Amendment Sports, thank you, Luke David. Thank you, Victor Maddox. Thank you to the crew.
Brendan Kelly sitting here. Can't leave Brendan out. He's under the tent with us all day.
Brendan Kelly doing a great job on the camera. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back again next week with more WCAC action.
And thank you, Adrian. Nice job today. You nailed it, brother. Appreciate your efforts directing us into the right place because we sure needed it.
And that'll be it from Washington, D.C., St. John's College High School. The Cadets, 39. Mission Viejo Diablos, 17. Have a good day, everybody.